Boom! What's up, familia? Dayspring here with an episode of Power of X-Men. And she is finally here, familia. Look at that packaging. A Marvel Legends Deluxe Phoenix figure! A cosmic power known as the Phoenix Force fuses with X-Men mutant Jean Grey, becoming a nearly unstoppable force capable of peace or destruction. Look, familia, I mean, the packaging here is incredible. Look at that right there. She looks so much like Famke there. And then, of course, that's the Russell Dodderman art that I believe was for the Phoenix Saga Dark Phoenix Omnibus that was released, was it earlier this year? I think it was in February this year. Boom! All right, let's open her up. All right, and here she is out of the packaging. She comes with two heads, some multiple hands, and the Phoenix effect. What? All right, this figure, you know, amongst us crazy Jean stands, we have a lot of feels on this figure. One of the things I want to say is, I always like to wait until I have the figure in hand before I have any real opinions on them. This happened to me with the Marvel Legends Kate Bishop Hawkeye that came out back in 2018, 2017. And I remember I saw the promo images of her and I was like, God, that is an ugly ass Kate Bishop. How can they mess up Kate Bishop? And then I held the figure. I was like, oh, well, actually, this figure is beautiful. So as a rule of thumb, I try to always hang tight until I get the figures in hand before I pass too much judgment, right? Another example of it was the VHS Jean Grey that came out maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. And in the promo images, we're like, oh, this is so ugly, get it away. And then you hold her and you're like, actually, this is a pretty good Jean Grey figure. I mean, listen, the paint coloring is kind of off. Her hair was more orangey, but the figure still looked absolutely incredible. So similarly with this one, I wanted to wait until I had the figure in hand. I will say she's picking up really nicely on camera. But IRL, ooh, this is a face that only Elaine Gray could love. I'm sorry to say that. I want to... Let's talk about the good here. Let's talk about the good. One, we have a deluxe Jean Grey with a Phoenix effect figure. Okay, that alone is absolutely astonishing, extraordinary, whatever, you know, title we want to put in there. The body is gorgeous. It's the same body as a Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel or Warbird. Sorry. It's the same body as Warbird. And I love these butterfly joints for the chest. She feels very sturdy, right? You know, a lot of the other figures sometimes, like, I'm trying to remember which one was it. Was it like the Wolverine Origins Emma Frost? Like, it's kind of like gummy. The legs, this is not gummy at all. In fact, with her feet, I find it quite hard to even move the joints because it's so incredibly sturdy. I love this body. Perfect figure right there. I love it. It looks to be a different sash from Warbirds, so very different sashes, and I appreciate that. Obviously, this has a Phoenix emblem on it. And this one, like, look, check it out here. Like, do you see how the sash kind of like divides right there where Warbird is dividing all the way from the top? So very different sashes. I appreciate that detail. I mean, once again, no one does it better than the Hasbro team. So any feedback that we have on this figure, it's just cosmetics. The actual articulation, the paint deco, everything, it's beautiful, familia. Quality control at Hasbro is truly top notch. I'm so happy with it. I think this is probably one of the best Jean Grey bodies that we have ever had for the Phoenix. Absolutely incredible. Light years better than the Celine Dion body. I'm so sorry to say that. I don't have that here. I have her back down in Miami. I'm at our New York pad. But this body is incredible. I love it. Look at how amazing it looks. It is a great body. Now, the main quarrel I have with this, and I know a lot of you already know this because I posted a couple of days ago when I got this figure, and the comment section was just like, whoa, the regular head where it's not powered up with the windswept hair obviously is a homage to that original Toy Biz light up figure, which was number one in our Phoenix figure ranking. I don't dislike it at all. Obviously, in the comics, her hair is windswept when she is Phoenix. It's a really nice effect there. I would have given her longer hair. I would have made it a little bit more like Carol Danvers, right? I always thought Jean would have longer hair than Carol Danvers. I don't think it picks up too poorly on camera, actually, but in person, it looks like Carol has more longer hair, whereas Jean, again, it doesn't pick up as well on camera, but Jean with Phoenix hair, I picture her just very big and voluminous, right? This is a little tame, but for me, it's like the eyeshadow right there. I mean, that is some heavy eyeshadow for her, and mixed in with the bold red. Jean, to me, someone like Emma loves her cosmetics, right? Emma, you want her to have the frosted lips, the eye makeup, everything, the heavy eyeliner, because that's who Emma is. But with Jean always reads a bit more of a natural beauty to me. So that's why with like the eyeshadow, and listen, no disrespect, if she wants to put eyeshadow on one day, have at it, right? But I just don't think in the comics we ever really see Jean, especially when powered up as a Phoenix, having that dramatic of an eye makeup. It almost makes her look very clowny, especially with the blush and the bold red. And listen, Jean Grey, I love my Jean with a bold red lip, but it looks a little off. I'm sorry to say. She looks overly done when again I picture Jean a bit more of a natural beauty. Similarly, with the second head, I have the most qualms with, but I think it's the one that looks the best and the one that I'm actually displaying. I don't like this Medusa level look on her hair because again, and I've seen this with other figures and statues when they do Phoenix, it's like her entire hair here is down except the ends where they float up, right? Because she's powering up the telekinesis. It's a choice. It's an aesthetic. I'm not wild about it. I again much prefer her to have like the bigger, crazier hair, like volume right here. But the thing with this face, though, is I don't like the bags under her eyes. It is kind of curious to me because this works as a Dark Phoenix head. All right. If you're going to give me this as a Dark Phoenix alternate head, I'd be like, okay, it tracks. It tracks. That's fine. But Jean, when she's Green Phoenix, there's more of a softness to her. There's more of a quiet power and elegance. And that, again, does not come across here. And again, the bags under her eyes just feel very X3 Famke Marvel Legends from the Blob Wave look. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because this head does look like Famke. There is a Famke resemblance there. I mean, I don't know. I think so. I think, when we've talked to some of the action figures designers in the past, like Sam Hatmaker, we know that characters, when they were molding characters in those early Toy Biz days, they based them off of actors, and long speculating that the Marvel Legends Wave 6 Jean Grey is based off of Nicole Kidman. But, that's sort of my thing there. I just don't like the heads, but the body is absolutely perfect. Hasbro has nailed it. It's kind of hard to compare her to the X-Men 97 Jean because again, this X-Men 97 Jean is pretty awesome. I love her very much. And look at her here. Again, this is a cosmetic issue. This is not a quality control. This isn't a paint deco. This isn't a sculpting issue. This is a cosmetic issue. It's how do you prefer your Jean to look like? And it doesn't do it for me, sadly. I've seen people swap out the heads on those different bodies. Let me just compare these really quickly right there. Now, I put this head on the X-Men 97 Jean body. The ponytail always falls off. This traumatizes me. I hate that her ponytail falls off. No, yeah, that's kind of cool. That doesn't look too bad to me, right? Jean without her headpiece. I kind of like that. That's not bad. And kudos to the Hasbro team to coordinating that you could put that head on this body. It looks good. I have no qualms with it. Absolute qualms I have are zero with it. Now we do get the Phoenix effect. And you can take it apart. Like you can take it apart. I don't know how to put it back together. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very daft when it comes to this stuff. But you can take it apart. The head has an actual articulation. Look at that. A Phoenix effect. I'm glad it wasn't a Build-A-Figure. I'm glad we got it as part of this. I'm so happy we have an updated Phoenix base. And this part comes out. You have to, I just took me like 10 minutes to get this in, so I can't pop it out. But you remove this and the fire effects are separate. So you can pose it in multiple ways. Give a comparison. The other Marvel Legends Phoenix effect that we got back in that Wave 6 that we had referenced before. Obviously, this is a massive upgrade. One of the things, though, that I'm like, oh, one of the things I don't like, again, not an issue on sculpting or articulation. This looks beautiful, beautiful. My thing is, this looks a little too realistic, like an actual bird, right? Where I like more the obscurity of this, right? Like the Phoenix effect here, it has like a larger beak than the face, right? That's not anatomically that from an anatomy perspective, that's not correct. However, here, it looks more accurate to a bird. I kind of like the, creative liberty of the Phoenix effect being this fire signature in the air. I do think this is the least of the two, but I think the Marvel Select Phoenix base, which I do not have with me, again, it's down in Miami, so I can't do the comparison. We'll just put something over here. I do think that Marvel Select Phoenix base remains number one. That's number one. This is number two, and this is number three there. Listen, we live in a world where we have a deluxe Jean Grey with the Phoenix Force figure. That's pretty freaking awesome. However, it just, like, again, from a cosmetic standpoint, I'm not wild about it. Let's see if I'm going to put the Phoenix. I'm going to put this head here. I've seen some other people swap things out. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. Obviously, it's a complete mismatch. But to give you an idea, like, the body is perfect. This is a perfect body. I've seen other people put the Dark Phoenix retro card head on it, the original Dark Phoenix heads. When I get down to Miami after my auction season, I'm there for the holidays. I'll swap out the heads and I'll see which one I like the most. How would I rank this? Well, it's really interesting. One, I think for this price point, and given that the Mafex Phoenix is far more expensive and you get less, I think this is a better buy from the Mafex. However, cosmetically, I do like the Mafex Phoenix better in terms of its heads. But the body here is great. I'm sorry to say that. So I did a ranking video with all of the Dark Phoenix figures. So where would I put this one? And where would I put this one? I think it is light years better than the Marvel Legends X3 Phoenix from the Blob Wave. Far better than the Celine Dion Phoenix. I would probably put this around the Marvel Legends Retro Card Dark Phoenix. I would put it right after the Here Comes Tomorrow Phoenix. So for those of you who don't know, my number one ranking was the Phoenix Light Up, the original Toy Biz 5-inch Phoenix Light Up, followed by the Marvel Legends Dark Phoenix 2-pack that was a Toys R Us exclusive. Number 3 in that ranking was the Marvel Legends Wave 6 Green Phoenix, the Nicole Kidman one I just said. And number 4 was the Here Comes Tomorrow Phoenix. That was a Marvel Select. And so I would put this one at number 5. That's how I would put it there. So before the Marvel Legends Toy Biz Dark Phoenix, then we'll put this one, and then we'll do Marvel Select Here Comes Tomorrow Phoenix. So that's sort of where I put it. I put her in the middle on that. I think if these head sculpts were a bit better, I would have ranked this higher. But I think just giving her like white out eyes and like a bigger hair that's translucent, or maybe just a more stoic face. She unfortunately here just looks a little goofy. I'm sorry. It's the blush with the heavy eyeshadow. She looks like she went into Claire's, didn't know what she was buying for makeup, and just slapped this on in the mall bathroom and went out and watched a movie with Scott. I wish it was a little better, but again, I love the homage to the windswept Toy Biz light up hair. That's great. And the packaging overall, that's right, I do have two. I got two. Actually, fun fact, not only do I have two, I have two more that were delivered down in Miami because, first of all, I was drunk at the airport lounge in Miami when the pre-sale hit for this. And if I remember correctly, Big Bad Toy Store had it cheaper, like $10, $15 cheaper. So I was like, oh, I'm ordering two. And I was like, man, but I really want this figure the second it comes out. So I have to order it from multiple places. So I ordered it from Amazon at its regular price. And I forgot to cancel the Amazon to Miami. So I have four of these. I guess I'm going to do a giveaway. But fun fact, as I was swapping heads, I sat on it and there's a little crack there. Ah! I'm going crazy. But listen, the packaging is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. I love deluxe figures. This is how I want Rachel Summers to come. Multiple heads, a Phoenix effect, all of that. 100%. Anyways, Familia, it's mid. It's mid. If you're a Jean Grey fan, obviously you have to buy this. If you're not a Jean Grey fan, but you already have another Phoenix figure, I'd be like, if you want the Phoenix effect, get it. But I think the Marvel Select Phoenix base that we have had for like the last 20 years is fine. If not, go online and get the Phoenix effect. Or I think Target even had this on sale already. She's already been on sale at Target for like $26. And if you can get this figure for $26, I 100% recommend it. $26, $30, whatever, completely worth that price point. If you're going to go over 35, 38, I'd be like, I would count your pennies on that. Even though, again, great figure, and for the price, you're getting all of that. All right, Familia, let's read some of the comments you guys left because I want to make sure that we have these discussions as a community. All right, so we got a lot of comments on this, but our co-host Flink says, with all due respect, she ugly, LOL. Why is a powered down head wearing my mom's heavy eyeshadow from 1987? You know what? Flink and I are always on the same page when it comes to stuff. I love it. Disco Knot says, I want to love this figure so badly, but those faces and hair sculpts just aren't it. I feel the green needs to be a brighter shade with less blue in it. That's a very fair thing to say. Marvel Man 85 says, just want Celine back. And again, for those of you who don't know, the Juggernaut Wave Phoenix that we got back in like 2013, 2015, whatever year, she looked like Celine Dion. And so she was unofficially called the Celine Dion figure. JPEG Rising says, I don't love the new faces. They aren't giving me the softness that Jean usually has. And that to me is the key right there. It's there's no softness to Jean. And I think Jason kind of nailed it in that comment. Oh, Marvel Man again left another comment saying pink eye. Oh, I've never had pink eye. So, and I've never seen someone with pink eye. So I can infer with the comment. I can also Google, but I'm not. But yeah, I don't understand the eye. Again, for me, it's the eye effect. Why not just make it just whited out eyes or just more of a stoic looking Jean with a translucent flame effect for the hair, especially as Good Phoenix? It would make a lot more sense. This would make a lot more sense to me as Dark Phoenix. I'd be like, okay, they took some kind of creative liberty there because she looks maniacal here. Great Dark Phoenix head, not a bad Dark Phoenix head, but as a Good Phoenix head, it's not it. Not it. X-Men 77 says, love that body pinless figure. Agreed. Wicked is Good Thomas says, seeing Miss Marvel's sculpted boots next to her painted ones is so mind-boggling to me. I feel like they've yet to hit the mark on Jean like they have with the other female figures in Marvel Legends. Listen, the Warbird figure, I mean, this has to be one of the best. This one and She-Hulk have to be some of the best Marvel Legends female figures they have ever done. I mean, truly. Let me read a few more. Make room for X Factor Jean rumored. We've reported on that. I saw the comments on those videos, Familia. You weren't too happy with me when I was reporting that, and it's fine. All right, and our final one, it comes from Shadowlin X516. This is my first Marvel Legends figure. Second is the Dark Phoenix retro card, and honestly, it's actually better looking in person. I agree. It feels premium to me, 100% agree, and that Phoenix stand is a must-have, 100% agree. I also have the Mafex Phoenix, and although the paint is better, I actually prefer the Marvel Legends head sculpts and body proportions. The Mafex one has weird legs. Cannot wait for your review. Oh, I hope I didn't let you down, Shadowlin X. I I agree. Again, for everything you just said, this figure obviously Gene stands. We're very particular. I mean, do not put eyeshadow on a Gene figure. We will riot. But I think this figure again is worth the money. The Phoenix stand, if you don't have a Phoenix stand, absolutely. I think it boils down to your price point there. A home run for me is this Marvel Legends Warbird from Target. This is a clear home run for me. I think Gene, I would have just gone back and just revised some of the stuff with the figure. And I think this had they just given it more volume in the hair and taken out the heavy makeup, I think you could have had a really good powered down Phoenix Gene head. Like the standard Marvel Legends female head that we've seen on Gamora and in that Dark Phoenix box set. This one, again, just to end my feels, listen, it's a homage to other figures that have done the same exact thing with Jean's hair, but I don't understand the pink effect around the eyes. I mean, Jean does have pink power effect, but this is Jean as Phoenix, so I don't understand why it wouldn't just be whited out, or again, her green eyes just looking very stoic and determined. And again, for preference, I just don't like that. Anyways, Familia, that is our review of the Marvel Legends Deluxe Jean Grey Phoenix figure. Go out and buy it. Go out and support Hasbro. Again, any feedback we have given here, it is just because we are nitpicking the cosmetics of it. The actual figure itself, I mean, to quote Shadowland again, it is a great body. Look at the paint deco on that. I mean, it is crisp. It is clear. That Phoenix emblem. I love these butterfly joints. Look how you can actually pose her like this. Look at that. Our God Queen. Oh, I'm loving this. This is my favorite Jean Grey as Phoenix pose. I love her like this. Like I'm not getting it. You're like, oh. All right, hang on. Got it right here. Boom. I mean, oh, I mean, cup. All right, we're gonna get it this time. I promise. I'm sorry, guys. I get really excited and I start trembling. You should see me when I'm doing work. Like my gavel goes flying all over the place. Okay, we're gonna keep it like that. Look, it's gorgeous. That is a gorgeous thing. That is a gorgeous figure to have in your display. Again, with this, it's the entire packaging. This does feel like a deluxe figure, and that is something that's very key. And just so you can get a sense of how she looks next to She-Hulk, which again is a great figure. She-Hulk is probably one of the best figures out there. Flink and I usually do our top 10 Marvel Legends of the Year review. I can't imagine that we're not going to agree that She-Hulk is not up there in them. Look, there you go. Uh-oh, is she going to fall again? All right, Familia, ring that notification bell, hit that subscribe button, follow us on Power of X-Men on Instagram. That's really the only social media platform we're at. The podcast is available on the podcast is available on podcasts. It's available on all podcast platforms. What we post here on YouTube is sort of a sliver of the most of the stuff we do, but let's slide into our DMs. Let us know your feels. It's okay that you disagree. If you love this figure, leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for listening. We're going to be at New York Comic Con next week, and we can't wait to snag some really great content.